Okay, pleasant namaste to everyone. Okay, I want to welcome you to this the Ved Yajna 2023 at the St. Clement Vedic School. My name is Mr. Ramchandra Ramsrup. I'm a teacher here at the Vedic School. And I want to pass you over to the person who will do the welcome, and that is the acting principal of the St. Clement Vedic School, who was recently appointed, Ms. Tamara Bisoon. So let's welcome her to do the welcome.
Namaste, everyone. It is with great pleasure I want to welcome everyone this afternoon. I want to welcome the president of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha and School Board of Management, well, in his absence, the executive members of the APS, the Pandits from the Pandits Council, and also from the Pandit Mission, specially invited guests, parents, teachers, and pupils, all welcome to the special evening, starting from the afternoon to the evening, this special Ved Yajna that we're going to have. I hope that you will sit back and enjoy this special moment. It's a special time that we are having today. Each one of you, welcome again, and thank you for coming here. Sit back and enjoy. At this time, we will have the ceremonial lighting of diyas.
Okay, so I'd like to call on 3 people to help assist with this aspect. Devika Dwaraka, Leela Devkumar, and Secretary of the APS, Vidya Ramachala.
Om Bhurbhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yona Prachodayat. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
At this time, we will adorn the Pandits with a flower garland or mala. So we call upon Satish Duki, Deandra Nanan, and Samira Ramuta. We call on Shalini. So now we will adorn Pandita Raghbar Singh. I have known her as Miss, so I still call her Miss, but Pandita Raghbar Singh. And now we adorn Pandit Jiwan Singh with a mala And then, all right, Shalini will adorn Pandit Hansraj Prasad. Yes. We would like to we'd like to adorn someone who graced us with his presence today, and that person is Mr. Ravi Rambaran. He is the president of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha and School Board of Management. We call on Shanta Duki to do this. Yes. Okay. Thank you very much, children. Okay. We now pass over to Pandita Raghbir Singh to do the Hawan.
Namaste and welcome. Today we continue our journey towards building our devotion to the Supreme Being God. God is the source of all bliss. It is from Him alone that one can get true happiness. Through devotion to God, happiness and peace spring forth in our souls. Let us all give thanks to that Supreme Being God as we sing the bhajan, Aaj Mil Sab Geet Gaavo, Us Prabhu Ke Dhanyavad. आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गण धर्व गुण जन धन्यवाद आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर मंदिरों में कंदरों में पर्वतों के शिखर पर देते हैं लगातार साव साव बार मुनिवर धन्यवाद आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद करते हैं जंगल में मंगल पक्षीगण हर शाख पर करते हैं जंगल में मंगल पक्षीगण हर शाख पर पाते हैं आनंद मिल गाते हैं स्वर भर धन्यवाद आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद कुएं में तालाब में सिंधु की गहरी धार में कुएं उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। शादियों में जलसों में यज्ञ और उत्सव के आदि। शादियों में जलसों में यज्ञ और उत्सव के आदि। मीठे स्वर से चाहिए करे नारी नर सब धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। जिसका यश नित गाते हैं गण धर्म जन धन्यवाद। आज मिल सब गीत गाओ उस प्रभु के धन्यवाद। As we perform this Ved Yajna today, let us all recognize the founder of the Arya Samaj, Maharishi Swami Dayanand Saraswati. In the book Dayanand's Outline of Vedic Philosophy, the following is stated: God, seated in our hearts, leads us on the path of righteousness. But it is we who sometimes do not hear the voice of God within. At each step in this world, we are guided through the mercy and kindness of God. But sometimes we are so lost into the world that we pay no heed to the guidance, and then alone our lives become a burden. Devotion to God is the only thing that will keep us happy and peaceful. Let us all join in the bhajan. दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे। उठाई ध्वजा धर्म की हम फिरेंगे, उठाई ध्वजा धर्म की हम फिरेंगे। उसी के लिए हम जिएंगे मरेंगे। दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। गुंजाएंगे वेदों को हम गीत गाकर, गुंजाएंगे वेदों को हम गीत गाकर। दिखाएंगे दुनिया पुरानी बनाकर, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे। दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। उजाड़ेंगे शहरों को जंगल में जाकर, उजाड़ेंगे शहरों को जंगल में जाकर। बिताएंगे जीवन को सच्चा बनाकर, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। उठाएंगे ऋषियों की आवाज को हम, उठाएंगे ऋषियों की आवाज को हम, बनाएंगे फिर स्वर्ग संसार को हम, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। मिटाएंगे सब संप्रदायों मतों को, मिटाएंगे सब संप्रदायों मतों को, बनाएंगे फिर आर्य सारे जगत को, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। वही प्रेम गंगा यहाँ फिर बहेगी, वही प्रेम गंगा यहाँ फिर बहेगी, जो संसार की तापमाला हरेगी, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे। कहेगा जगत फिर से एक स्वर में सारा, कहेगा जगत फिर से एक स्वर में सारा, वही वृद्ध भारत गुरु है हमारा, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे, दयानंद का काम पूरा करेंगे, दयानंद के वीर सैनिक बनेंगे।
Let us now bring our minds into a prayerful mood. To a degree of calmness, observing the breath as we inhale and exhale. In this peaceful state, we now chant Om 3 times, followed by the opening prayer. Om is the highest name of God in Sanskrit. It's also a very great mantra. Chanting of Om helps to calm our minds, sanctify our breath. शनु मित्र शन्वरुण शनु भवद्वर्यमा शन्न इन्द्रो बृहस्पति शन्नु विष्णुरुक्रमः नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायु त्वमेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मासि त्वामेव प्रत्यक्षं ब्रह्मा वदिष्यामि ऋतं वदिष्यामि सत्यं वदिष्यामि तन्मामवतु तद्वक्तारम् अवतु अवतु मामवतु वक्तारम् ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. May you, O Supreme Being, friend of all, the holiest of all, and controller of the universe, be merciful unto us. May you, O Almighty One, Lord of the universe and support of all, endow us with knowledge and power. May you, O omnipresent and omnipotent Being, shower your blessings all around us. We bow unto you, O most powerful and supreme Being. You alone are the omniscient One, whom we feel within our hearts. We will call you and you alone the true one. Your will is truly revealed in the Vedas. Will we obey and preach? We will be truthful in word, deed, and thought. You are our shelter. May you protect us who study and contemplate your nature, who speak only the truth, so that our understanding may be firm in your will and never turn away from it. Your will is truth and righteousness. That which is contrary to your will is untruth and unrighteousness. May you again shelter and protect us. O Lord, be merciful and grant this our prayer, for which we shall feel ever and ever grateful. Let there be peace in the heavenly regions, in the middle regions, and on earth. Ishwar Stuti, Meditation of the Divine. At this time, let us prepare ourselves for chanting various Ved mantras, powerful mantras. Mantras are God's words, and as we chant mantras, we have the flow of God's grace in us, which energizes us and leads us on the righteous path. Mantra is that which protects the mind from being confused and creates scope for logical, focused thinking. So we now commence with the Ishwar Stuti. I'll read the first and the last English translation of the mantras. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadrantana Asuva. O radiant divinity, cause of all manifestations in the universe, remove all evils from us and endow us with all that is noble. Om Hiranya Garbha Samavartatagre Bhutasya Jatah Patireka Asit Sadadhar Prithivim Dyamute Mam Kasmai Devaya Vishavidhema. Om Ya Atmada Baladayasya Vishwa Upasate Prashisham Yasya Deva Yasya Chayamritam Yasya Mrityu Kasmai Devaya Vishavidhema. Om Yah Pranato Nimishato Mahitvaik Idraja Jagato Babhuva Ya Ishe Asya Dvipadashchatushpadah Kasmai Devaya Vishavidhema. Om Yena Dyarugra Prithivi Chadridha Yena Swahastabhitam Yena Nakah Yu Antarikshe Rajaso Vimanah Kasmai Devaya Vishavidhema. Om Prajapate Natvadetanyanyu Vishwajata Niparita Babhuva Yat Kamaste Juhumastannu Astu Vayam Syama Patayorainam. Om Sano Bandhur Janita Savidhata Dhamani Veda Bhuvanani Vishwa Yatra Deva Amritamana Shalas Tritiye Dhamana Jairayanta. ॐ अग्ने नय सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोधि अस्मज्जुहुरार्णमेनो भुष्ठान्ते नम uktim vidhema. O self-effulgent being, all holy and knower of all things, lead us through the path of goodness to prosperity and knowledge, and keep us away from evil deeds. To achieve this end, may we always contemplate your divine nature and be always happy. Atha Swasti Vachanam, prayers for bliss and prosperity. We sing in praise of the Great One who is the source of all life, who existed before creation, who is the first teacher of all knowledge, material and spiritual, who is worthy of contemplation at all times, and who is the provider of all beautiful and precious things. Om Agnimide Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritwijam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam. Om Sanah Pite Vasunavegne Supayano Bhava Sachaswanah Swaste. Om Swasti no Mimitam Ashvina Bhagah Swasti Devya Ditiranarvanah Swasti Pusha Asuro Dadhatunah Swasti Dhyava Prithivi Suchetuna. Om Swastaye Vayumupabravamahe Somam Swasti Bhuvanasya Yaspati Brihaspatim Sarvaganam Swastaye Swastaya Aditya Sobhavantunah. Om Vishve Devano Adhya Swastaye Vaishwanaro Vasuragni Swastaye Deva Avantaribhavah Swastaye Swasti no Rudraha Patvam Hasah. Om Swasti Mitra Varuna Swasti Pathaye Revati Swasti na Indraschagnischa Swasti no Adite Kridhi. Om Swasti Pantha Manuchare Masurya Chandramasaviva Punardadatagnata Janata Sangame Mahi. May we follow the path of welfare as the sun and moon unswervingly revolve in their orbits. May we associate with those who are learned, pious, charitable, and non-violent. Atha Shanti Karanam. We pray that peace come to us from all directions. May we derive peace from electricity, fire, and water. May the sun and moon bring us peace and fearlessness by eradicating disease. May electricity and wind bring us vigor and peace. May our power, glory, intellect, our wealth, and our prosperity bring peace to us. May our rulers and judges bring peace to us. May the Divine One, the sustainer and supporter of the universe, bring peace to us. May the vast sun and earth produce food in all regions, thereby bringing peace to us. May the clouds and the mountains bring peace to us. May all wise men, by their sweetness of speech, bring peace to us. Om Shana Indragni Bhavatam Avobhi Shana Indra Varuna Ratahavya Shamindra Soma Suvitaya Shanyo Shana Indra Pushana Vajasata. Om Shano Bhagah Shamuna Shansu Astu Shana Purandhi Shamu Santuraya Shana Satyasya Suyamasya Shansa Shano Aryama Purujato Astu. Om Shano Dhata Shamudhartano Astu Shana Uruchi Bhavatu Swadhabhi Shanrodasi Brihati Shano Adri Shano Devanam Suhavani Santu. Om Shano Agnirijyotiraniko Astu Shano Mitra Varuna Vashvinasham Shanah Sukritam Sukritani Santu Shana Ishiro Abhivatu Vata Om Shano Dhyava Prithivi Purvahuta Shamantariksham Drishayeno Astu Shana Oshadhir Vanino Bhavantu Shano Rajasas Patirastu Jishnu Om Shana Indro Vasurbidevo Astu Shamaadityebhir Varuna Sushansa Shano Rudro Rudrabhir Jalasha Shamnasvastagna Birihashrinutu Om Shanah Somo Bhavatu Brahmashanna Shano Gravana Shamusantu Yajna Shanah Swaruna Mitayo Bhavantu Shanah Prasva Shamavastu Vedi. May the all peaceful one give us peace. May our religious undertakings bring us peace. May the plants and vegetables bring us peace. May the oblations in this Vedi bring us peace. Achman mantra, symbolical purification. Om Amrito Pastarnamasi Swaha. May this water bring happiness to all. Om Amrita Pidhanamasi Swaha. O immortal one, you are the eternal support of all. Om Satyam Yashaha Shrimai Shri Shraitam Swaha. May true action, fame, wealth, and honor be always with us. Angsparsh mantra. We now ask God to strengthen the various parts of our bodies. Om Vang Masyestu. Om Nasur me Pranustu. Om Akshanur me Chakshurastu. Om Karnayor me Shrotramastu. Om Bhavur me Balamastu. Om Orvoma Ojostu. Om Aristani Megani Tanustanva me Sahasantu. May all parts of our bodies be coherently healthy. Agni Adhan mantra. We now light the fire. Om Bhur Bhuvah Swaha. Om Bhur Bhuvah Svajari Bhumna Prithvi Bhavarimna. Tasyaste Prithvi Deva Yajni Prishtagni Manadamanaja. We now fan the fire. Om Udbhudya Swagne Pratijagrahi Tvamishta Purte Sam Shrijetayam Mayamcha. Asmin Sarhaste Adhutar Asmin Vishvedeva Yajmanascha Siddhata. Samidhan mantra. Om Ayantedma Atma Jatavedhaste Nedhya Swavadhasvacheda Vardhaya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahmavarchase Nanadye Nisamedhaya Swaha Idamagne Jatavedase Danamama Om Samedhagnim Duvasyata Gritai Bodhaya Tatatim Asmin Havya Juhotana Om Susamedhaya Sochase Gritam Tivram Juhotana Agnaye Jatavedase Swaha Idam Agnaye Jatavedase Dannamama Om Tantva Samedbhirangiro Gritena Vardhayamasi Brihachochaya Vishtaya Swaha Idam Agnaye Angirase Idannamama Greater Huti mantra. We chant this mantra 5 times, making oblations with the ghee. In this mantra, we are praying, O all-pervading one, I offer myself to you as I offer this fuel to the fire. May you enlighten me in greater and greater measure as this fire grows with the application of fuel. May you enable me by the help of true knowledge to attain physical and spiritual well-being. Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jatu Vedhisthenedhya Swavardha Swacheda Vardhya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanadhyena Samedhya Swaha Idamagne Jatu Vedasedanna Mama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jatu Vedhisthenedhya Swavardha Swacheda Vardhya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanadhyena Samedhya Swaha Idamagne Jatu Vedasedanna Mama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jatu Vedhisthenedhya Swavardha Swacheda Vardhya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanadhyena Samedhya Swaha Idamagne Jatu Vedasedanna Mama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jatu Vedhisthenedhya Swavardha Swacheda Vardhya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanadhyena Samedhya Swaha Idamagne Jatu Vedasedanna Mama Om Ayanta Idma Atma Jatu Vedhisthenedhya Swavardha Swacheda Vardhya Chasman Prajaya Pashubir Brahma Varchase Nanadhyena Samedhya Swaha Idamagne Jatu Vedasedanna Mama Jal Prasechan Mantra. East, west, north, and then all around. Om Adite Numanyaswa Om Anumate Numanyaswa Om Saraswatya Numanyaswa Om Deva Savita Prasuvayajyam Prasuvayajyapatim Bhagaya Devyo Gandharva Ketapu Ketanaha Punatu Vachaspatir Vachanaha Swadatu. We now make offering of ghee with each of the following mantras to the north, south, and then the middle of the kund. Om Agnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Mama Om Sumaya Swaha Idam Sumaya Idanna Mama Om Prajapate Swaha Idam Prajapate Idanna Mama Om Indraya Swaha Idam Indraya Idanna Mama Om Bhuragnaye Swaha Idam Agnaye Idanna Mama Om Bhuvadvayave Swaha Idam Vayave Idanna Mama Om Swaradityaya Swaha Idam Adityaya Idanna Mama Om Bhurabhuvah Swaragni Vayavadityebhyah Swaha Idam Agni Vayavadityebhyah Idanna Mama. Switch the Krita Huti mantra. We now make offering with the prasad. In this mantra we are praying, whatever excesses or shortcomings I have committed, I now commend to the Almighty and seek His rectification thereof for my material and spiritual well-being. I make this oblation in the name of the self-effulgent being who purifies us and enables us to fulfill our desires. May my desires be fulfilled and may my speech be ever truthful. I have made this wish in the full knowledge that I have no claim to its fulfillment. Om Yadasya Karmano Tyariricham Yadvanyunamihakaram Agnishtat Swishtakrit Vedyat Sarvam Swishtam Suhotam Karotu Me Agnaye Swishtakrite Suhuta Hute Sarva Prayas Cheta Hutinam कामानां समर्धयित्री सर्वानः कामन्त समर्धय स्वाहा इदमग्नये सृष्टकृते इदन्न मम प्रजापत्यहुति मंत्र ओम स्वाहा इदं प्रजापते इदन्न मम We'll do the principal evening oblation, Sayankal ki mantra. Om Agnir Jyotir Jyotir Agni Swaha. Om Agnir Varcho Jyotir Varchah Swaha. We have a silent mantra. So we say the mantra in silence and then we say Swaha. Om Swaha. Om Sajur Devena Savitra Sajuratrendra Vatya Joshano Agnirvetu Swaha. Pratah Sayam Ahuti. Om Bhuragnaye Pranaya Swaha. Idamagnaye Pranaya Idanna Mama. Om Bhuvadvayave Panaya Swaha. Idam Vayave Panaya Idanna Mama. Om Swaradityaya Vyanaya Swaha. Idam Adityaya Vyanaya Idanna Mama. Om Bhurabhuva Swaragni Vayavadityebhyah Pranapana Vyanebhyah Swaha. Idam Agni Vayavadityebhyah Pranapana Vyanebhyah Idanna Mama. Om Apo Jyotirasो Mritam Brahma Bhurbhuvasvaro Swaha. Om Yamedham Devagana Pitarascho Pasate Tayama Madhya Medha Yagne Medha Vinam Kuru Swaha. Om Vishwani Deva Savitar Duritani Parasuva Yad Bhadrantana Asuva Swaha. Om Agne Naya Supataraye Asman Vishwani Deva Vayunani Vidwan Yuyodhyasmajjuhurana Menu Huishtante Nama Uktim Vidhema Swaha. Pratijahuti mantra. In this mantra we are praying, O self-effulgent being, Lord of the holy ordinances, I shall observe the vow of truthfulness in thought, word, and deed. May you enable me to successfully observe this vow of truthfulness. Om Agni Vratpate Vratam Charishyami Tate Prapravimi Tachakeyam Te Nardhya Samidam Aham Manritat Satyam Upaimi Swaha. Idam Agnaye Idanna Mama. Gayatri Mantra. Let us all join in Gayatri Mantra. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Om Bhurabhuva Swaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat Swaha. Namaskar Mantra. We acknowledge you, O peaceful being, the eternal source of joy and happiness. We acknowledge you, O giver of peace and spiritual well-being. We acknowledge you, O blissful one, a still more blissful being, who fulfills our material and spiritual desires. Ever and evermore do we acknowledge and recognize you. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayubhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha, Shivataraya Cha, Swaha. Let us all now place our hands towards the fire. As we pray, O Lord, please bless us with happy long lives. Please bless us with strong, healthy bodies. Please remove from our bodies all ailments and weaknesses that lie therein. O Lord, please bless us with your abundant knowledge. Om Tanupagnesi Tanva Me Pahi. We take it to the forehead. Om Ayurda Agnesya Ayurd Me Dehi. Om Varchoda Agnesi Varchu Me Dehi. Om Agneyan Me Tanva Unam Tanma Aprina. We now pray for knowledge. Om Medha Me Devi Saraswati Adadhatu. Om Medha Me Ashwinau Deva Vadhatam Pushkaraswajau. Om Ya Medham Devagana Pitarascho Pasate Tayama Madhya Medha Yagne Medha Vinam Kuru. Purnahuti mantra 3 times. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. All ingredients now. Om Sarvam Vai Purnam Swaha. We now chant the Gayatri Mantra with a translation, Hindi and English. Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha Tat Savitur Varenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodayat. हे दयालु परमात्मन, आप अपनी असीम कृपा से हमारी सदा रक्षा करते हैं। आप ही हमारे जीवन आधार है। अपने सेवकों के दुखों को दूर करके उनको सुख देने वाले हैं। आप सर्वत्र सुप्रतिष्ठित और सुप्रसिद्ध है। आप सर्वोत्तम शुद्ध पवित्र और ज्ञान स्वरूप है। आपसे ही यह सारा जगत उत्पन्न हुआ है। आप ही सकल शुभ गुणों को खान है। आपका हम प्रतिदिन ध्यान करें और आप हमें विवेकशीलता, भावनावती मेधा, सद्बुद्धि प्रदान करें। O Supreme Being, cause of all manifestations in the universe, source of existence, intelligence and bliss, we meditate upon your adorable nature. May you illumine and inspire our intellect. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. This has brought us to the end of the Havan purification ceremony. At this time, we'll have a bhajan done by Pandit.
Bhajan Pujaniya Prabhu. I would like to invite everyone to join with me as we sing this very beautiful and meaningful bhajan. Pujaniya Prabhu hamare bhav ujjwal kijiye shor devi chaukapat ko manas kamal dijiye ved ki gawe rachaye satya ko dharan kare हर्ष में हो मग्न सार शोक सागर से तरे आश्वमेध दिग्र छाये यक्ष पर उपकार को धर्म मर्यादा चलाकर लाभ दे संसार को। नित्य श्रद्धा भक्ति से यज्ञादि हम करते रहे। रोग पीड़ित विश्व के संताप सब हरते रहे। भावना मिट जावे मन से पाप अत्याचार की। कामनाएं पूर्ण होवे यज्ञ से नर नार की। लाभकारी हो हवन हर जीवधारी के लिए। वायु जल सर्वत्र हो शुभ गंध को धारण किए। स्वर्ग भाव मिटे हमारा प्रेम पथ विस्तार हो। इदन मम का सारत प्रत्येक में म्यार हो। हाथ जोड़ झुकाए मस्तक वंदना हम कर रहे। नाच करुणा रूप करुणा आपके सब पर रहे। पूजनीय प्रभु हमारे भाव उज्ज्वल कीजिए। छोड़ देवे कपट को मानसिक बल दीजिए। प्रभु मानसिक बल दीजिए। प्रभु मानसिक बल दीजिए।
Once more, namaste to one and all. Today, I will share with you thoughts on the path of righteousness and purity. Today's pravachan or discourse is based on the following mantra taken from the Rig Veda, based on the commentary of Swami Dayanand Saraswati. Mandala 1, Hymn 7, Mantra 6. Om Sano Vrishanamam Charam Satandavana Pavridhi Asmabhyama Pratishkuttaha. And this mantra means the person who firmly sticks to truth, knowledge, and obey the commands of God. He, God, dispels all the darkness of ignorance from such a person, so that he or she never goes astray from the path of righteousness and the path of purity. The person who firmly sticks to truth, knowledge, and obey the commands of God. Before we delve further into the message of this mantra, let us refresh our memory of God and the nature of God. God is the supreme being of the universe. He is all-pervading, all-knowing, all-powerful. He alone is the source of all bliss, all strength, and all power. He is our provider, protector, sustainer, and giver of life. He is formless, unborn, immortal, eternal, holy, and creator of the universe. He alone should be communed with. This is the second principle of the Arya Samaj. God is the primary cause of all that is known through spiritual and physical sciences. Again, the first principle of the Arya Samaj. At the beginning of creation, God provided the four Vedas. He revealed the four Vedas. The Vedas are the Word of God, revealed in the beginning of creation for the moral, spiritual, and physical guidance and upliftment of all mankind. They are filled with eternal truths, and they throw a flood of light on various aspects of life to make us human beings perfect and ideal. So God did not only create the universe, but he created the means for man to live a perfect and ideal life through the Vedas. Having refreshed our memory of God, let us revert to the mantra. It is clear from the content of the mantra that human beings will sometime or the other be enveloped in darkness of ignorance, and that God, our protector, is ready to dispel all darkness of ignorance so that we will not go astray from righteousness and purity, providing we follow his guidance as stated in the mantra. Stick to truth, firmly stick to truth, to knowledge, and obey the commands of God. Let us now get a clear picture of what is meant by the darkness of ignorance, as stated in the mantra. The mantra informs us that God will dispel all darkness of ignorance so that we never go astray from the path of righteousness and purity. What is the darkness of ignorance mentioned in this mantra? Ignorance stems from the word ignorant. Ignorant means deficient in knowledge or lack of knowledge of either general or a specific field. Ignorance is a state of being ignorant or a state where one lacks knowledge. This mantra specifically refers to the lack of spiritual knowledge. And today in this world, we'll notice that people are, because of lack of spiritual knowledge, they are going more and more, drowning themselves in the darkness of ignorance, performing many cruel actions. The fourth principle can also be reflected in this mantra. For accepting truth and rejecting falsehood, one should always be prepared. And the mantra said, firmly stick to truth. The fifth principle is also reflected in this mantra. All work should be done in keeping with righteousness after due reflection over right and wrong. And God advises us to keep on the righteous path, the path of purity. The eighth mantra, dispelling of ignorance and promoting of knowledge should be done. Again, the mantra speaks of knowledge, promoting knowledge. Stick firmly to truth, stick firmly to becoming knowledgeable, and stick firmly to the commands of God. Let us now focus a bit on human beings or the human soul. In the book Dayanand's Outline of Vedic Philosophy, the following is mentioned. Open quotation. The soul in its nature is pure, knowing, and immortal. Though the soul is pure and knowing by nature, yet it has its limitations. So our soul, that soul within each one of us, is pure by nature. The soul has got the free will, which when used, leads it sometimes to Prakriti or the world, and sometimes to Brahman. Close quotation. When it leads to Prakriti, when the soul, because of its free will, leads to Prakriti or the world, the bondage begins, and with the bondage begins the cycle of life and death. The Bhagavad Gita states the following, open quotation, that the human soul is entangled in ignorance, and the mantra speaks of ignorance. The human soul is entangled in ignorance and is helplessly bound to the world through his or her karma. When the free will leads to Brahman, to God, we live a life of righteousness and purity. God is there to dispel all darkness of ignorance, as the mantra states. We will be able to live in the world, perform our worldly duties, keeping within the boundaries of Dharma. We will be able to successfully balance our worldly life and spiritual life. When the free will leads to Prakriti, the world, and worldliness, the bondage begins. What is meant by the term, the bondage begins? When our free will leads us to worldliness, we forget our true self, our true nature, our soul. Our soul is pure. We forget that we are the pure soul, the pure knowing Atma. Due to the charm of the world, we develop countless desires and adopt various means, good and bad, to fulfill all those desires. There is a never-ending thirst for fulfillment of desires. Along this path, we develop many undesirable qualities, such as greed, lust, anger, hatred, jealousy, envy. As a result, we are born again and again into the worldly life, to work out our karmas. If we do good, good comes to us. We enjoy in life. If we do bad, the bad comes to us, and we are in sorrow and in pain. We need to, as a result, we are born again and again into the world to work out our karmas, also to remember our true nature and to return to the path of righteousness and purity. And how do we do that? It is described in the mantra. Stick to the truth. Firmly stick to the truth. Stick to becoming knowledgeable and obey the commands of God. This is described as being in bondage or caught up in the worldly life. But there is something for all of us to be happy about. In the book, Dayanand's Outline of Vedic Philosophy, it tells us, open quotation, that the ignorance of the soul is not of a permanent nature. So, our true self is the soul, and the soul is pure in nature. But because of ignorance, we go out into the world, and using our free will, we develop so many undesirable habits and qualities that the soul becomes impure. But there is hope. There is hope from this line, that the ignorance of the soul is not of a permanent nature. We always have the opportunity for transformation. We can do so by dispelling the darkness of ignorance. And how do we dispel this darkness of ignorance? Through the light of knowledge. The mantra says, stick to knowledge. Read, listen, go to satsang. Remember, try to remember what you learned, try to put it into practice. Knowledge is described as a light because it acts as a light to lead us on the right path, on the path of purity and righteousness. So we can do so by dispelling the darkness of ignorance through the light of knowledge and be freed from the bondage in this world. And I'll share more about the nature of the soul. Our soul by nature is pure. It possesses the quality of purity. A pure soul is spotless and unpolluted. It is free of all negativity, all evils, and is ever peaceful. Peace is within each one of us. When we look for peace, we need to go within ourselves. There's an inner world within us that we need to find, that we need to discover. And in there you will find peace. The soul is peace. The soul is pure. The soul is powerful. The soul's task at this critical time in the world is to recognize its true nature and once more allow the quality of purity to shine through it and to lead others on the right path. What does the life of purity do? It elevates the soul to the divine level. Each one of us could operate at 3 levels. The human level, and we could go down to the animal level, and from the human level, we can rise to the divine level. So all of us should aim to rise from the human level to the divine level. And the mantra clearly states the path for such. It is the observance of purity that has the divine power. Purity has the divine power to burn the vices of anger, greed, ego, lust, attachment, and hatred, all of which keep us in bondage in this world. Observance of purity brings about inner transformation within us. It is in its pure state that our soul, that beautiful, powerful, pure, peaceful soul, it is in its pure state that the soul is able to reconnect with God and thereby be the recipient of many, many blessings. All of us want blessings. We, especially today in this world, and because of what we are seeing happening in our country, we want to reconnect with God. We want God's blessings of peace and safety. So the mantra tells us, stick firmly to truth. Stick firmly to knowledge. Stick firmly to the commands of God. Therefore, when we firmly stick to the truth, gain in the spiritual knowledge, and obey the commands of God, God will himself bless us by dispelling the darkness of ignorance so that we remain on the path of righteousness and purity. He will illumine and inspire our intellects with the highest knowledge. Today we have performed Hawan and offered sacred and fragrant articles into the fire. These are all symbolic of the offering we have to make in our lives. We have to offer to God a pure heart. We have to make our soul pure again. God doesn't want anything in this world. God created everything. So he doesn't want us to gather anything and give to him. He wants us, his children, to make our souls pure again. We have to offer God a pure heart and good qualities, such as truth, righteousness, peace, and love. These are like our heart flowers, grow in our heart flowers that we offer to God with humility and devotion. This next mantra, I don't have long again. This next mantra says, Om Vrishayuteva Vamsagah Krishti Riyartyo Jasa Ishano Apratishkuttaha. And it means it is only the righteous people who can attain God. So when we make ourselves pure and righteous, we are in the right place for attaining God. Because it is the nature of righteous people to make progress in knowledge. God comes to the righteous ones as they come to him. They are in communion with him. So in order to realize our pure nature and live a life of purity and righteousness, beside what we have learned in the mantra, I will end with these 5 points. 1, pure vision. It is only when we have pure vision that we can eliminate impurities in the body, speech, and mind. 2, pure thoughts. Only the person who has developed pure vision can have pure thoughts. So when we look at pure things, the pure thoughts will come to our minds. The third requirement, along with pure vision and pure thoughts, is purity in deeds. So when we have pure vision, it leads us to pure thoughts, and then the pure thoughts will enable us to perform pure deeds. The fourth requirement is listening to sacred words. When one listens to unsacred words, one will have unsacred thoughts, and then that will lead to unsacred action. One should aim at elimination of the evil tendencies within ourselves and acquire good and sacred qualities. Pure vision, pure thoughts, pure deeds, listening to sacred words, elimination of evil tendencies, and an acquisition of good and sacred qualities. Let us all pray. Om Paritva Girvano Gira Ima Bhavantu Vishwatah Vridha Yumanu Vridhaya Jushta Bhavantu Jushtam Yaha. O God, whatever glory and praises there is in the world, it is all thine. Whatever growth of happiness and bliss is there, all that glorifies thee. Those who realize the attributes of God and the properties of the objects of his universe enjoy happiness and always growing in wisdom become venerable in the whole world. Om Namah Shambhavaya Cha Mayo Bhavaya Cha Namah Shankaraya Cha Mayaskaraya Cha Namah Shivaya Cha Shivataraya Cha. Salutations to thee, the giver of happiness and delight. Salutations to thee, O God, the giver of all that is good and auspicious. Salutations to thee, O God, the bestower of bliss and greater bliss. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Thank you very much, Pandita Jasoja Ragbir Singh, for a very enlightening discourse. Very appropriate for these times, especially when we look at the amount of ills plaguing our society when living seems sometimes unbearable. I think the only way to get out of that is to follow the path of righteousness and adhere to what is prescribed in the Vedas. That's the only way I see we can get out of what we are in now. So thank you again, Pandita. Thank you all, Pandit Hansraj, Pandit Jiwan Singh, and all of those who assisted with the Havan. Thank you all again. All right, so next on the program, we will have greetings, and this will be done by the president of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, and I would like to invite now Sri Ravi Rambaran to bring greetings.
Pandita, Pandits, executive members, our hard-working secretary of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, Principal Tamara Bisoon, and those present members of staff of the St. Clement Vedic School, parents, students, well-wishers, सबको नमस्ते और मेरा प्रणाम. Thank you for the privilege of sharing my views with you on the occasion of the Ved Yajna 2023. Local government elections have concluded. 70 out of every 100 citizens chose not to vote. We say we want change, but our actions contradict our words. We see the same behavior at a country level, at an organizational level, in our schools, in our family lives. We say we want change, but that's all we say. But our actions contradict our words. Today we are no better off, and our society continues to be ravaged by crime. No one is safe. Now, where am I going with this? The criminals represent 1 out of every 100 citizens. That's right. Take all the criminals in the prison population, 1 out of every 100 citizens. So put it another way. 99 out of every 100 citizens is held hostage by 1 citizen. 99 out of every 100 citizens is held hostage by 1 citizen. So, just like Swami Dayananji, I would say, we are fighting our own Mahabharata in this country. In the same way that Swamiji fought for freedom, this concept of Swaraj from the British. So why are these facts or these views relevant to this Ved Yajna? Because I'm not telling you anything you don't already know or feel or experience. But Ved Yajna, at its most basic level, at its elemental core level, is about knowledge, Ved, Yajna, sacrifice. It's not just about praying, knowledge and sacrifice. A society fails when it neither values knowledge nor sacrifice. So when you look at the criminal elements in our society, they value neither knowledge nor sacrifice. Because when they rob and murder us and pillage us, they don't know the sacrifice you engage in that the victim engaged in. And they don't have the knowledge to understand that what goes around comes around. Karma. They don't understand it. So, 1 out of every 100 people in our society fundamentally lack knowledge and the value of sacrifice. Ved Yajna. This is effectively what we're doing here. Performing a sacrifice and hoping, expecting to acquire more knowledge to improve our lives. The Arya Samaj exists. In fact, it was created by Swami Dayananda Saraswati as an agent to change our society, to improve our society through knowledge and sacrifice. Ved Yajna. If we truly consider ourselves samajas, or even decent human beings, forget even being samajas, It is our duty, not an option. It was our duty to go out and vote. It was not an option to not vote. It is our duty to change society for the betterment of all of us. And notice, all of us. The motto of the Arya Samaj, noble society. It didn't say noble family and it didn't say noble friends. It said everybody. We must vigorously, if we truly believe in knowledge and sacrifice, Ved Yajna, I am saying to you today, we must vigorously resist the 1% of citizens that hold us hostage. Because not all of us has visas and not all of us have the ability to go and live elsewhere. That's a minority. We must vigorously resist the 1% of citizens that hold us hostage by shunning them, first of all. Have nothing to do with them. Nothing to do with them. Otherwise, you're just sitting here listening to a bunch of mantras. How many of us engage with people and we view their sources of income and their lifestyle as questionable? But once we engage with them, we are saying we accept it. We support it. We make a mockery of Ved Yajna, knowledge and sacrifice. Shunning them, that's one step. But the other part is acquiring, sharing. Notice that word, sharing. And putting into action. The Arya Samaj is about action. That knowledge to improve the lives of our fellow citizens. Our teachers, and I want to take a minute to just acknowledge those teachers that are present. By the way, I have your names, don't worry. I'll be visiting the school when school opens. So I'll deal with those that didn't attend that day. You know, I'm a very straightforward man. Our teachers do that every day by teaching our Vedic values and sharing their knowledge. If I had to guess, I would be shocked if even 1% of our students became criminals later in life. But yet this entire society, 1% are criminals. But I don't think our schools produce even a fraction of that. So that means the Arya Samaj, and by extension the teachers, the organization, you're doing something good. And you should be commended. I commend you for that. Talia, Talia, no round of applause for the teachers of the school and the principal. Clapping is free, no taxes. Even though your hands is your property. There's no property tax on clapping. I believe that you cannot call yourself a Samajas if you don't believe in actionable knowledge and if you don't believe in actionable sacrifice. You can't just think knowledge, speak knowledge. You can't just think sacrifice, speak sacrifice. It has to be actionable. That is when you become a Samajas, by actions. Swamiji showed this. Okay? We must stop our narrow parochial thinking and we must stop our narrow actions. Many a times as a people, we cut our noses to spite our faces. We do it. So, I say to you, you must engage in action. You say you want to learn from this Ved Yajna today. You must engage in action, not just thinking and speech. You must engage in continuous learning to increase your knowledge and simultaneously demonstrate that knowledge in your actions and in your sacrifices. The alternative is that the criminal 1% will become a criminal 5%. And life will be unbearable. in this society. Unbearable. We have become like frogs in boiling water. Slowly, the heat has been turned up, and we do not engage in action. We get used to the hotness, and eventually we are boiled to death. The Samaj is about actionable knowledge, actionable sacrifice. I see that every day in the actions of the executive that I lead. In summary, our existence as a noble society depend upon each one of us embracing action-oriented change informed by knowledge, not ignorance, where the beneficiary of that change is everyone, not just our family and friends. If you pray for rain, it will not just fall on your house. If you do good, it will not just benefit you or your family. You will also be setting an example. Actionable knowledge, actionable sacrifice. So let me end as I started. Bahut bahut shukriya, Pandita, Panditjis, Tamara Bisunji, और आपका अध्यापक, your teachers, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया for showing the respect. I think this is the first time I've been garlanded, so I thank you for that, right? And again, it shows respect. बहुत बहुत शुक्रिया. And I thank you for the opportunity to serve this noble organization. And I bid you namaste.
Okay, thank you very much, Sri Ravi Rambaran. Indeed, some food for thought there. Actionable knowledge and sacrifice. Right, so think about that, everyone. Okay, so next we'll have some presentations. And we have just two presentations to make right now for two individuals who participated. Right, who participated in a workshop. Let's hold on it. Right, so it was a Ved Yajna workshop, and two individuals participated and completed this workshop successfully. And this workshop was hosted by Pandit Deepak Raman and Pandit Ramdeen Ramsamuj. And the first person to receive an award will be Sri Rajesh Jagmohan. And I would like to ask Sri Ravi Rambaran to please make this presentation.
This young man, I don't know where he finds the time, but he's a very hard-working member of the executive. He takes ownership and accountability for events, and then in his spare time, he did this course. Very humble, but, I wanted to give him a big round of applause.
Thank you very much. Right, next we have Srimati Umamati Maharaj. I would like to ask Pandita Jastoja Ragbir Singh to make this presentation, please. Okay, thank you very much, and congratulations to you two on your achievement. All right, so moving right along now, we want to invite Pandit Hansraj Prasad. And Pandit Hansraj Prasad is a very avid member of the Vedic Mission, a spiritual leader, and I have known him for a very long time. He truly embodies what is a noble person, very respectful, caring person, dedicated person. So I'd like to ask Pandit Hansraj Ji to render our bhajan, please. Thank you.
The bhajan I am about to present is that with Swami Dayanand, and the president spoke beautifully about Swami Dayanand, and our Arya Samaj must perform action. And here it says, Pushpa Vaidik Vadika ke khil gaye, Desha ko Swami Dayanand mil gaye. What it says here, that Swami Dayanand came as a gardener in the world and caused flowers to blossom in the Vedic garden. You know, each and every one of us could be just beautiful flowers that he's speaking about here. So we follow the teachings of Swami Dayanand. So again, if any one of you familiar with this bhajan, you can sing with me. Okay? Pushpa Vaidik Vadika ke khil gaye, Pushpa Vaidik Vadika ke khil gaye, Desha ko Swami Dayanand mil gaye, Pushpa Vaidik Vadika ke khil gaye, Pushpa Vaidik Vadika ke khil gaye, चल परे सुख संपदा को छोड़ कर, चल परे सुख संपदा को छोड़ कर, सत्य वक्ताओं में हो शामिल गए, सत्य वक्ताओं में हो शामिल गए, देश को स्वामी दयानंद मिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए, तर्क की तलवार जब ले हाथ में, तर्क की तलवार जब ले हाथ में, मिथ्या मत पंथों की शासन हिल गए, मिथ्या मत पंथों की शासन हिल गए, देश को स्वामी दयानंद मिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए, जहर करके किया स्वागत तेरा, जहर करके किया स्वागत तेरा, जीत करके हर किसी का दिल गए, जीत करके हर किसी का दिल गए, देश को स्वामी दयानंद मिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए, श्रद्धानंद निर्भीक त्यागे हंसरान, श्रद्धानंद निर्भीक त्यागे हंसरान, देश पर मिटने को देश मिल गए, देश पर मिटने को देश मिल गए, देश को स्वामी दयानंद मिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए, वाटिका के खिल गए, पुष्प वैदिक वाटिका के खिल गए.
Thank you very much, Panditji. Okay, so next we have some more presentations. And those of you who know the APS, you will know that they always engage in some charitable work all the time, always looking for the betterment of people, trying to uplift people. And this occasion is nothing less than that. So we will have some hampers to be delivered to some underprivileged, needy children. And I would like to call on certain individuals to make these presentations. So I'll first call on Whitney Ali. And to make this presentation, I would like to invite Kumari Patricia Balgobin Singh. Okay, thank you very much. Next, we'll invite Satish Dukhi. I would like to ask Sri Rakesh Mahadev to make his presentation. Thank you very much. Next, I would like to ask Carissa Rambaran to make her way here. And I would like to ask Sri Darren Devkumar to make his presentation. Thank you very much. Right. Next, we will ask Leah Ramuta. Leah Ramuta. And I will ask Sri Rajesh Jagmohan to make his presentation, please. Thank you again. Right. Next, we'll have Josiah Williams. Josiah Williams. I would ask Srimati Sita Singh to make this presentation. Thank you very much. Okay, next I'd like to ask Ariana Ramlogan to make her way here, please. I'll invite Srimati Sharmila Singh to make this presentation. Okay, so we'll take a little break from the distribution of hampers, and I'll ask Panditji to sing another bhajan first. So I'll pass you over to Pandit Hanshal Prasadji.
Bhajan ek baar bhajan kar le. It is in the Atma Geet on page 71. To those with the Atma Geet, you can follow along. एक बार भजन कर ले। Okay, sorry about. एक बार भजन कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले। ये मानुष का चोला हर बार नहीं मिलता, ये मानुष का चोला हर बार नहीं मिलता, जो गिर गए डाली से वो फूल नहीं खिलता, वो फूल नहीं खिलता, मौका है ये जीवन का, मौका है ये जीवन का, गुलजार चमन कर ले, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले। जो ऋषियों ने गाया है, मैं भी हूँ उस धुन में, जो ऋषियों ने गाया है, मैं भी हूँ उस धुन में, उस धुन को सुन सुन कर प्रेमी ऐसा गा ले, प्रेमी ऐसा गा ले, प्रभु के आगे अब तुम, प्रभु के आगे अब तुम, नीची गर्दन कर ले, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, मुक्ति का यतन कर ले, छूट जाएंगे जन्म मरण, प्रभु का स्मरण कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले, एक बार भजन कर ले।
Thank you very much, Panditji. Radhajan. Okay, so we have one more set of presentations again, and this time, school is opening just now, and, we have some needy children who can't really afford to buy their stationery, so I think it's fitting that we gives these children a small hamper to assist, right? So I would like to call on 3 students of the St. Clement Vedic School. First, we have Kiara Mohammed. Okay, I don't think Kiara, she's not here. Sorry about that. The weather is very bad. And I'd like to thank everyone for coming out in spite of this, bracing this inclement weather and coming out, right? I had to pass through about 3 sets of flood before I reached here. I live in Barkport. So, we're going on down there. Anyway, next I'd like to ask Tabitha Bagwandas. Tabitha. Okay, I'd like to ask Panditji Singh to make this presentation, please. Thank you very much. Okay, and now I'd like to ask Shalini Singh to make her way up here, please. Shalini Singh. And I'd like to request that Srimati Parvati Raghunanan make this presentation. Srimati Parvati Raghunanan. Okay, so that is it for presentations. Thank you all very much. And thanks to the APS for your generous gestures to assist all those needy people. Thank you again. Right, so we are coming to the end of our program, and of course, no initiative, nothing that you seek to do cannot be completed without contributions, donations, assistance, no matter how small, to any venture to make it a successful one. So now I would like to ask one of the teachers of the St. Clement Vedic School, Srimati Sharmila Singh, to deliver the vote of thanks.
Thank you, sir. President of the Arya Pradinidhi Sabha Trinidad and Tobago, Sri Ravi Rambaran, Junior Vice President Pandit Jivan Singh, Secretary Kumari Vidya Ramachala, Pandits and Pandita from the Pandits Council, visiting Pandits from the Vedic Mission, members of the executive, acting principal of the St. Clement Vedic School, Kumari Bisoon, and staff, specially invited guests, parents, and children, namaste. I deem it a great pleasure and privilege to have been asked to extend a vote of thanks on this, our first Ved Yajna since the COVID-19 pandemic. Let me, first of all, start by giving thanks to God for making today's occasion a resounding success. First and foremost, I thank the Arya Pradinidhi Sabha for their support in this joint venture. The hampers are much appreciated. Thank you. I extend my heartfelt thanks to the officiating Pandita Jasodra Raghuvar Singh. Thank you, Pandita, for flawlessly conducting Havan, your enlightening message on how to become a better person, free from ignorance, through pure actions, was well received. Thank you. I thank Sri Ravi Rambaran, President of the Arya Pradinidhi Sabha, for his greetings and message on sacrificing for change by engaging in continuous learning for a better, safer society. My heartfelt thanks to Pandit Jivan Singh and Pandit Hansraj Prasad for their items on the program. My very special thanks to the committee who worked very hard to organize this Ved Yajna. I thank everyone who contributed to our Ved Yajna. Thank you very much. Last but not least, I thank everyone present here for accepting our invitation to be part of our Ved Yajna. Thank you. Namaste.
And thank you, Miss, for being, thank the tanker. All right. So that is basically the last thing, but I understand that we have one more set of presentations, right, to make, and that is for Pandita and the Pandits, right? And I would like to invite, first of all, Pandita Jasoja Ragbir Singh to please make her way to the front here. And I'll ask Srimati Devika Dhanraji Dwaraka to make these presentations. Okay, next I would like to ask Pandit Jiwan Singh, Third Vice President of the Arya Pratinidhi Sabha, to please come and accept this presentation. Thank you. And lastly, I'd like to ask Pandit Hanshad Prasad Ji to make his way in front here to collect a hamper, please.
And Sri Ramchan Ramsarup will make this presentation. Okay, thank you.
All right, so now we will have the final thing, which is the Bhojan Mantra, Yarati Bhajan and the Shanti part, and I will pass you over now to Pandit Jiwan Singh, who will lead us in this.
Okay, let's all join in singing the Arati Bhajan. Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Jano ke Sankat Bhakta Jano ke Sankat Chan mein dur kari Om Jai Jagadisha Hare मात पिता तुम मेरे शरण कहूँ किसकी स्वामी शरण कहूँ किसकी तुम बिन और न दूजा तुम बिन और न दूजा आशा करो जिसकी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम पूर्ण परमात्मा तुम अंतर्यामी स्वामी तुम अंतर्यामी पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर पार ब्रह्म परमेश्वर तुम सबके स्वामी ओम जय जगदीश हरे तुम करुणा के सागर तुम पालन करता स्वामी तुम पालन करता दीन दयालु कृपालु Dina dayalu kripalu kripa karo bharta Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Vishaya Vikaranitao Papa Haro Deva Swami Papa Haro Deva Shraddha Bhakti Bharavu Shraddha Bhakti Bharavu Santan Ki Seva Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Swami Jai Jagadisha Hare Bhakta Jano ke sankat Bhakta Jano ke sankat Chan mein dur kare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare Om Jai Jagadisha Hare So now we will have closing mantras. So we take the bedtime mantras from the Arya Ved, chapter 34, 1 to 6, the first 6 mantras. Om Yajagrato Duramudeti Devam Tadusaptasya Tathaivaiti Durangamam Jyotisham Jyotirekam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. That celestial entity, the mind, which goes far when man is awake and wanders similarly while he asleep, and which travels far and wide, is the only one light of all lights. O God, may that mind of mine be possessed of noble intentions. Om Yena Karmani Apaso Manishino Yajne Krinvanti Vidhate Shudhira Yad Purvam Yakshamantah Prajanam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Yat Prajnana Mutacheto Drechescha Yajyotirantaramritam Prajasu Yasmanarite Kinchana Karma Kriyate Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Yenedam Bhutam Bhuvanam Bhavishyat Parigrihitam Amrite Nasarvam Yena Yajnastayate Saptahota Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Yasmin Richa Samaya Jumshi Yasmin Pratishtita Ratana Bhavivara Yasmin Chitvam Sarvamotam Prajanam Tanme Manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. Om Susharati Rashvani Vayan Manushyan Neni bhi shubhirvajinaiva Hrit pratishtam yadajiram javishtam Tanme manaha Shiva Sankalpamastu. As a skillful charioteer controls his horses by the use of his reins, so does a controlled mind take man to his desired goal. This mind which reposes in the heart is most swift and never ages, O God. May that mind of ours be possessed of noble intentions. We will do the meal mantra. Om At Om Manapate Anasyanu Dehyanami Vasya Shushmena Prapradataram Tarisha Urjano Dehi Dvipade Chatushpade Om Shanti Shanti Shwanti Tvameva Mata Chapita Tvameva Tvameva Banduscha Sakha Tvameva Tvameva Vedya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva. May there be peace in the heavenly regions. May there be peace in the atmosphere. May peace reign on earth. May the waters be soothing and may the medicinal herbs be healing. May the plants be the source of peace to all. May all enlightened persons bring peace to us. May the Vedas' knowledge spread peace throughout. May all other objects give us peace, and may peace even bring peace, and may that peace come to us forever. Shanti Pat. Om Dyau Shanti Rantarikshagum Shanti Prithvi Shanti Rapaha Shanti Roshadheya Shanti Vanaspateya Shantir Vishvedeva Shantir Brahma Shanti Sarvam Shanti Shanti Reva Shanti Sama Shanti Redhi Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste and a pleasant evening to you all.